Yeah, I think we're live. Okay, I think we're live. Okay. Anyways, my pot is on fire. So give me a second to get it off the stove. Not literally, but okay, my end camera. Thank you for clicking and watching. Real quick, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. If you want to buy, I just did an unboxing. I just got this in the mail. How's it? But my name is Greg. If you don't know who I am, just click on the subscribe button. You can follow me. I do everything from flying my drone to all kinds of stuff. Anything Hawaii, how to eat, breathe, whatever. Oh, another thing. How is my audio? I'm using a mic to make sure my audio is good. I'm gonna miss some comments, so hopefully my kids will catch a few and they can kind of tell me who said what. We're gonna cook pork on Choi's. I'm gonna have my daughter adjust the camera. We have another camera. I'm gonna kind of play around with it. We'll make this one primary. So this will be our primary, and Zoe can adjust the other camera. So we're gonna cook pork on Choi. So I don't know what this is. Anybody know what this is? This is pork back, butt, pork shoulder. This is pork shoulder. We're gonna cut it up. We got some Choi. This is the stem. If you don't know what Ong Choi is kind of like a George. But yeah, we get the Ong Choi. This is like a water spinach. So I cut the stems. I soaked it in salt water for a minute. So I need to get over here, and then I got the leaves, and we soaked them in water too. You know what's awesome about Hawaii is that you can go to Chinatown and buy these cheap plastic buckets for like $6. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rinse over it, all that. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these up, and then we're gonna stick them in a frying pan, which should be nice and high top. Just make it fast. So Zoe, you can probably turn the camera on this one for now, since we're kind of focused on this camera. So my daughter's gonna face the other camera. I'll do it for you. We're playing around with our technology. We're not good at it. We're just kind of like winging it. But this would be our cooking cat right here. So I think that's good. Cooking cat. So, real quick, my audio. Can someone tell me if my audio can go better or if it's roomy, whatever? But you guys have it on a different setting. So all right, here we go. We're gonna be small pieces. And where's my knife? Oh, you will not wash that knife. That's my pet peeve. Got it?
Someone said flying on covers.
Okay. So we're gonna cut this meat, and we're just gonna use it all. We're not gonna be shy of the fat. And there's no measurement. We're just gonna cut it into a smaller size.
Daddy, one of the person in comments said you sound distant.
I sound distant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna adjust the mic. So give me a thank you for the feedback. I'm gonna clear off the mic. Let's clear out there. So can you switch over to that last one? To the left, to your left. It's hard. You gotta click it. Okay, did it click? Okay, let's see. That might be better. It's probably gonna sound weird. So we'll test that. I don't have boom bars or anything. Well, actually, I do. So hopefully my internet holds up. How's the camera doing? This will no. We're gonna just. It's gonna be rough because we're gonna make like a broth or soup out of this. So to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm cooking. I just made it up. I just know you can cook these ingredients together.
Someone said they're so hungry.
Oh yeah, who said that? What's the name?
George Pratt.
Oh, that's Uncle George. Uncle P.O.P. See this is that. Also, yeah, you can over the neck. What is it on high?
There's 17 people watching.
Why did they put it on high? On high? not the most glamorous type of meat, but that's why I use it for this dish. Nothing glamorous. Nothing pork loin or tenderloin. You know, if you're warm it up, it's yeah, just follow the blood vessel. Share the blood vessel. Did I miss any comments? Let me know if I do. You know, on halves, they put me on, they put me on, like, okay, I'll take it. That's fine. None of my broadcasting food, but I like to eat it. I'm getting ready to go. We're gonna use avocado oil. So let me switch the cameras over. Sorry, it's looking slow. Okay, so we're gonna use avocado oil. It might let me know if it's too loud when I start cooking, because it might be loud for you guys. I'm not sure. We're gonna use salt and pepper. Simple. Huh? The what? Oh. We're gonna salt this in here. In the future. Don't be ashamed with the salt. Just salt, a little bit of water. Tiny pepper. You're a camera person, so I'm like this. Okay. And we're just gonna stir it around. Don't be shy, sir. Don't be ashamed with the salt, bro. Stir it around. You need to add more, right? You eyeball. Add some more. You're gonna. And actually, if you like cheap, I think it's cheap. Kind of sort. I'll just put the oil right here in the fork. Just stir them up like that. Pour all in the meat. That smoke, then people don't smoke, but it is. Oi! On a fiery pot, then. You know what your mom would say? She's gonna say, bro, what you doing in there? So what I want to do with this, Joey. So what I want to do with this, I want to add a little bit of water, or deflate the bottom. But before I do that, watch this. So I add a spoon of this. This is the secret, better than bouillon. More of that. Okay, that's you. That's fine. The water come out. Maybe back the camera if we gotta see.
No, I can see. I can see good.
Turn around some more. Bottom with smoke lamb, yes. Okay. We'll add our water. Probably zoom in if you like. Oh, I just spill juice on this stuff. Can you see inside the pot? That's why I said zoom in inside the pot. No, there is no zoom. Just the camera you can see it there. Oh. So we can use the camera down like that. lift it up with your hand. Rub it out.
It's good stuff. It's like steak.
So we're gonna
Oh, what's
kind of
that?
boil this a little bit, then we're gonna add more water
Oh,
for a
boy.
few minutes. And then we're gonna show you what we're gonna do with the others.
Uncle George is hungry. So hungry. So hungry.
Oh, that's cool.
So
So once it starts to boil, we're gonna migrate over to the vegetables and wash this down.
hungry.
And I'll show you guys what we do with the vegetables.
Do with
If the camera
vegetables.
reach over, you can bring it over here so I can show you. If the camera reaches over here, you can bring it over here, Zoe.
Hi, Uncle George.
So this is the joint, the stems. Pour it in here. I had it in salt water, Brian.
Daddy, Uncle George said so hungry.
Go ahead.
So hungry.
This is kind of cooking my grandma did, kind of, sort of. I'm gonna give it a fast rinse. Make it some of the salt. Just have to put like probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of salt.
Uncle George said, I'll bring the rice.
Oh yeah, we need rice. Just shake them. Don't be too much. Put it right back into the China towel plastic pot. This is the leaf, and then this is the stem, and this is the stem right here. Yeah. So we're gonna cook the stems first, but we're gonna boil the meat down a little bit. Add some water, and we're gonna taste it before we add the hong choy. I'm gonna talk about the ingredients in just a second.
Daddy, he asked, is that just water?
Right now, just water, but when I put it inside, you guys couldn't see because like the fire department is, But I put this is called better than bouillon. Can you see this? This is better than bouillon. This is kind of the bone broth, but it's seasoned roasted chicken, and it's a paste. If you like cheap for cooking, like put this in your vegetables. If you ever do like pan fried or steamed vegetables, you can put this instead of oyster sauce for those who like the Chinese style. I have a beef one too. We're gonna boil this part for like 30 minutes. I gotta leave it about half an hour, so I'm gonna try to remake this cooking. I gotta for those that don't know what I do, one of the hats that I'm a pastor, and I do counseling on Tuesdays. So I counsel guys that struggle with drug and alcohol addiction. So that's what I do Tuesday nights. Where am I? And all I did was I seared the pork in avocado oil, and then I used just simple salt and pepper. That's it. The flavor's gonna come from the pork, and the flavor gonna come from the hong choy. So the hong choy. One thing about hong choy, because this is a swamp vegetable. Hard to hear still. Okay, we're gonna bring this. Hopefully that works now. Put up the last one. There. Hopefully the audio is better now. Hopefully. But so this is a swamp vegetable. So gotta rinse it really good because you don't know what kind of mud or bugs may have been inside the vegetable. So, how's the audio now? I'm gonna put it closer to me. So the audio, hopefully the audio is getting better. So we're gonna boil that down. So we're gonna have to water. I don't know how many cups of water, but this is probably like I'm probably gonna add by the time I'm done. Probably gonna add about 8 cups of water. How's the audio?
He said still sounds distant. Maybe mic is off.
Maybe like this. Oh, let's check my. Check, check. Oh, give us a minute. We'll work through the tech. Technical difficulties. Yeah, let's turn. Okay, so is the audio? What's the audio now? Hey, give me a second. Just show the. So, boy, stop playing with my camera. Get away from here. You guys are distracting me. So you guys are making it more. Get away, Paul. You guys are not helping. You guys are just okay. Am I on a computer mic? Oh, that might be. Wow, let me. Oh, here we go. There. Wow. Okay. Wow, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I think this mic is loud now. Let's turn this down. How is the audio now? I think it's louder. I had the mic off. I was using the camera mic, so it's probably a lot louder now. Proof positive. I'm not a back end person.
So it's much better.
Much better. Okay. Shh.
Someone said hello from Great Town.
Hello from what?
Great Town.
How's it? Bro, I had the mic off, bro. I had this $170 mic. And I wasn't even using it.
Uncle George said he told you so.
Yeah, I'm not good with technology, bro. Like, what the heck? So we're gonna add probably. I think this is 2 more cups of water. You know, all these YouTube stars and stuff, they have YouTube channels, man, they're not good at it. They have a crew, they have a camera crew. I got my kids, and I probably like stress them out or yell at them when I shouldn't, but they're my camera crew. They're my audio tech crew and all that. So anyway, so if you're just jumping in, we're making pork ong choi, which most Chinese people they'll steam this and they'll make it with oyster sauce. But I'm gonna put it in a soup. Some Filipinos you can buy it from Filipino stores, and they pickle it. Can you grab that little container with the pickled ong choi pieces? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, hold on. I'll show you guys. No, it's just a little piece of ong choi. A little plastic container. So, in the Filipino markets, or this is a restaurant called, what's it called? Shoot, what is it called? Thelma's, I think. But they sell the ong choi, and they chop up the stems and they pickle it, and they put a little bit of chili pepper. That's another way that people will prepare it. We're gonna make it in a soup. So right now we're gonna kind of give it a quick taste test. I'm gonna taste off camera. What's that noise? With my kids, bro. Bro, this broth. I don't know how to explain it. It's got a meaty flavor to it, and it's pork. We need to add a little bit of salt, but here to taste that.
taste?
Media.
Mm-hmm.
Try taste.
Tastes like sort of like water. Yeah.
Well, it's not what you would think.
Just like mommy's beef stew.
So we're gonna add a little bit of shoyu, and of course we're gonna add some more salt. But we're gonna get fancy with the salt. We're gonna get the. We're gonna add a little bit of the Bragg's liquid aminos. Just I don't know, like 1, 2. The stuff has a strong flavor to it, so you gotta be careful. We're doing this for a little bit of flavor to round it out, and then we're gonna add some salt for the sodium content. We're gonna add what salt should we use? Keep it simple.
Use the smoked one.
Nah. Yeah, let's use a smoked salt. That one. We're gonna just play around, guys. We love playing with our food, so we're gonna use meltdown salt. It's a smoked salt. It's not really meant for cooking. It's more of a finishing salt, but we'll play around with it. This is good for barbecues and stuff. But it'll kind of change the flavor a little bit for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of the pork out and just test the tenderness of it. I know it's not quite ready, but I just want to see where it's at. I like my pork where you just put your spoon into it, and it'll just kind of cut right through it. So it's not quite there. It's still kind of tough. It's cooked already, but it's still kind of tough. The pork that we use is pork shoulder. Yeah, pork shoulder. I want to test our broth. Let's see how much broth we got. Yeah, we probably could use another 2 cups because we're going to add some vegetables in there, but we may not have to. We'll play around with it. Let's see. Ooh. This soup is like really good. We're gonna add some more salt. I don't want to get my salt thingy wet, so I'm gonna put it in my spoon. I think. We'll try it. Yep. I'm just gonna add it in there with the spoon. This is kind of my little secret one. Put it in my spoon. Probably another 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and add our maybe less than that because I gotta leave, so I want to kind of get it started. Typically, these kind of dishes are better than the day after. It's kind of like beef stew, but just feel like cooking. I feel like playing around with that equipment too. Okay, test one more piece just to see. I'm gonna find a piece. I want to show you guys something. I know it was smoking in the very beginning for those of you that were watching from the beginning, and part of it is theory, part of it is what I was taught. So I'm not sure if you can see the crust on the meat. So it's got a little crust on it. The idea is you cook it on a very high heat and you try to sear as much of the meat as you can. That way, when you're boiling it down, it doesn't lose its texture or it doesn't lose its integrity. I think that's the word. I'm making this stuff up, but that's kind of how I understand it. Whenever you make beef stew, you want to sear the meat as much as possible to lock in that flavor and just kind of like squeeze it in there. So when you boil it, it doesn't like just break the meat apart into little thousands of pieces. I believe that's the theory. I believe that's what I was taught. So we're gonna go ahead and add. I'm really debating if I should add another bowl of hot water or just go ahead and do my entree. I'm running low. I'm running out of time. I gotta leave here at 6:30. So I think we're gonna add some more water, bring it to a boil. the water hot. Mm. This is when I wish I had a gas stove. But you know what? We're blessed either way. Let's add this in. What I want to do before I end the broadcast, I want to show you guys what it looks like with everything in the pot. So I'm going to, as soon as this comes to a rolling boil, I'm going to add our entree, boil that for probably 3 or 4 minutes, and then add the leaves at the end. You guys can kind of see what the potential finished product would look like. So see how dark it got? It's kind of a dark slash golden orangey broth. That yellowish golden came from this. This is called better than broth or better than bouillon. I can't even read. So it's, I don't know if it has MSG in it, but it's got roasted chicken, maltodextrin, which is a filler, salt, chicken stock, cane sugar, blah 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 blah, turmeric, natural flavor, which could be MSG, and it says organic. I don't know what organic is in here. It says organic reduced sodium. So it's got a very rich flavor. It's very fatty. You can see kind of, it's like jello. All right, are we ready to go? It's almost there. Another minute. I try to get fancy, but like I said, like man, I don't know how to do. I'm really, there's so many things you got to focus on when you go live. All right, we're just gonna do this a little bit at a time. I want to keep the water boiling if possible, which means we'll do a little bit at a time. You know, with all this technology we got, you would think somebody would invent a smell-o-vision. With all this trillions of dollars spending to send people to space, and China's going to send somebody to Mars. Like literally, they said by 2033, China's going to have people on Mars, and yet we can't create smell-o-vision. Like, why are we even sending people off the planet? We can't even enjoy each other here. That doesn't make sense. But hey, I'm just a regular guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. So here's the ong choi. The stems. We're gonna bring this to a boil for like, I don't know. What did I say? 5 minutes. It's like 6:13. I probably gotta take a fast shower. Yeah, I think I'll just. Did I spill grease on my shirt? It's just water. So, anyways, while we're waiting for this to boil, I'm gonna have my daughter put the camera on my shirt for a second, guys. If you get, I just got this in the mail. So if you can see it, it says "How's it?" I just got these in the mail. And I'll back up. I just got these in the mail. So if you want to buy these, I'm going to create a promo code for people on Haps, and I'll post it on my Haps profile. And it's going to say, I don't know, Haps 2021 will be a promo code. So if you want a shirt, go to my website. You can buy some. I'm going to create a promo code. It'll be Haps 2021. If you go to my, it's already live. So if you want to use the 10% discount code, you can use it. It'll give you 10% off everything on my website on the store end of it, or it's actually I think it's called the Real Gilo merch. I think it's called. I think. Don't quote me on that. London Blue in the house. All right, George. Thank you. So we got another minute. We're gonna cook this down a little bit. I was gonna put garlic, but I forgot, which is fine. This thing has enough flavor already. It's real simple. Let me see how the colors are in the. I apologize for not having my mic on earlier. I was like, what the heck? I swear I had the mic plugged in, but it wasn't turned on Haps. So another 2 minutes. We're going to add the rest of the ong choi. If you wonder what ong choi is, it's basically it's like a water vegetable or a swamp vegetable, and you'll find it in brackish water. You'll find it in fresh water. A lot of the Chinese people like to cook with it. They'll steam it and they'll cook it with like black bean sauce or oyster sauce. You steam it, drain it, put oyster sauce over it. It's really good. Or you can do like a black bean garlic sauce with it. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Vegetable has a very good flavor just by itself. I think we're ready for the leaf. I don't want to overcook the stems. So this is the last part of the cooking. If you can see that. This is the ong choi leaves. We're going to put that in the pot now. Put it at high heat because it's going to bring the temperature down. And we're just going to push it all down. This does have some stems in it. So this will take a little while, probably about at least 10 minutes to cook down. I have a lot in here, so there's water that's going to come out of here. We're just going to throw it all in there. We're going to give just a quick stir, and then we're going to turn the heat down, probably on low or medium low. It won't be ready till probably another hour, but I just want to kind of show you guys. Probably get your wooden spoon, kind of just move it around and get it submerged. So it's just basically like a spinach, but it's I don't know the word. I really don't know what the equivalent. I just know that it's considered like a water spinach. When I come home later, I'm gonna take pictures of it. I'm gonna put it in a bowl and do some shots for you guys. We're gonna bring it to a boil and then turn the fire down. We'll catch up on some comments. All right, so it's starting to get some bubbles. We'll go ahead and turn that down. Let me pull the camera in closer. So I'm going to close it with this, guys. Or at least try to give you a closing shot. Move your head. So there you go. Joey, come back here. So that's what it looks like. We're going to turn the fire down. You can catch it back up. I'm going to turn the fire down to low and just let it. There's a lot of heat that's going to be trapped under here, so we're just going to stir it. You don't want to. I don't want to overcook it too much. I like it soft, but with just a little bit of a crunch when you bite into the stem. But I also want some of the flavor. There's natural oils and things that come out of the leaf, and it flavors your broth. So that's it for now, guys. We're going to end it. And I apologize for the audio quality, but you can put it on my face now. We're going to end it. So if you're wondering what we made, I'm going to back up there. Okay. So we just made, what did we make? Pork ong choi. And it's basically pork shoulder. I'm going to bring the mic closer to me. It's basically pork shoulder. And it's got just like all the fat inside of it. I did a salt and pepper with a little bit of avocado oil. And then we seared it. And then we put the water in there. And we added some broth. It's real simple. When the vegetables cook down, we're going to cover it. Just turn the heat off and let it just kind of like percolate or like stew in itself. So when I come home later, I gotta go do some counseling. Do me a favor, if you're not following me, click that subscribe button. If you're not following me on all my social media, if you just go to my website, you can click on it and follow it all. I'm on everything: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, obviously Haps, everything. So if anything, subscribe to me here. If you enjoyed the content, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for carving out a piece of your time. If you're live, thank you. If you're in a replay, thank you. I think George had to go walking, and I think the last one is it London? Talking to you, Zoe. London Blue, thank you for being in here. And I will see you guys on my next one. As I always say, thank you for being here. If I don't see you on my next one, as I always say, love you guys. God bless you guys. Hui ho. Aloha and mahalo. Shoo. All right, guys. Aloha. We're going to put it on the food and end it right on the food.